welcome back. I know it's been a while and I hope you didn't forget Russian while I was gone, but I am back now. So in this video, we will finally talk about grammar because I saw a lot of comments, people asking, when are we going to talk about grammar? Guys, that's exactly what I'm trying to avoid here. But, look, you brought this on yourself, so don't come complain later. I mean, I told you that we should probably stay away from it, but since you want it so much, I'm just kidding. We are finally going to talk about the grammar from a video that I made a while ago. It was a test, a beginner's test. If you haven't watched that, before watching this, I recommend you going to that video, taking a test and writing down all your answers that you gave and coming back here where we now are going to discuss all the grammar that I was using in that beginner's test. And when I say that that is a beginner's test, I don't mean that, oh, you start learning Russian, you immediately supposed to know all this. It is by the time you get that beginner's level, like a solid, confident beginner's level, that is what you are kind of supposed to know. Maybe except for a couple of things, but pretty much, yeah, that's beginner's level. I know that grammar itself is a very confusing thing to talk about, and for me, that it would be very challenging to explain Russian grammar in English, since English is not my native language, as you probably already noticed. So I just want to say in advance that I will try my best, but if I still couldn't make some things clear, for that reason I decided to make PDF files for all my learning videos, where I really take my time, I sit down, I give myself time to think about what I'm going to write, how I'm going to explain it. And when you have time, when it's not live, basically, you can really make sure that everything is explained and put out, well and clear. So you can check out those PDFs in the page that I recently launched, and the link you will find in the description to this video. I mean, also later on, apart from these PDFs, I am planning to make audio podcasts because I also noticed that there are not enough listening materials for Russian language, so I figured, why don't I just make them myself, right? I also have a Telegram channel where we already, I think, reached the point of it's already 120 people in that page, and I'm really shocked. I didn't really expect. I mean, I expected eventually, but it just happened so fast. All these people joined, and guys, thank you very much. I really appreciate it that you joined the page. And what we do there, basically, I occasionally post some vocabulary, grammar. Also, I post audio materials with the script to it and translation, so you can listen, read the translation. Basically, sometimes I post some movies with translation and subtitles. Basically, there's a lot of things, and I also would like you to check it out if you want to learn better, faster, and more effective. And also you can always ask me questions there about anything. So now, when we're done with the organization talk, let's finally start this lesson. And take out your notebooks and buckle up. It's gonna be fun, I guess. So the first question in that test was «Как вас зовут?» «Меня зовут Мария». Да? «Как вас зовут?» «Меня зовут Мария». First of all, «Как вас зовут?» What is your name? «Вас» makes it formal. If you were to say «Как тебя зовут?», it is that, you saying it informally. What's your name? Как вас зовут? It is if you are saying it to somebody that you don't know, you met for the first time, and it's like a formal situation. So we have two ways. This one is formal, just so you know. And we are in a land of accusative case. Now I'm going to use strange words like cases, conjugations, all that stuff. If you don't know what cases are, you don't have to worry about it, but just you can mark for yourself that this is accusative case, okay? So the question is in accusative case. Why? I'm going to tell you why. Вас, this is a personal pronoun, you, that is in accusative case. Зовут comes from a verb звать. Звать is to call or name. So basically, literally this sentence translates as what do they call you? Rather than what's your name, but in English that's what's common, so that's how we translate it usually. What do they call you, basically? Spanish speakers, you know the drill. It's ¿Cómo te llamas? Of course, it's the same thing. And the answer here is Меня зовут Maria. Me they called Maria. Okay, makes sense, I think. And меня, it's the pronoun me, basically я, but меня in also what? Accusative case. So the question uses the accusative case for addressing the person, and the response uses the accusative case for stating the name. Okay, next question is Ты смотришь футбол? Ты смотришь футбол? Do you watch football? Soccer, I don't know. This is also accusative case, and here it is more obvious that it's accusative case because whenever there is a subject, verb, and object, right, it's most likely going to be accusative case. Он ест пиццу. He's eating a pizza, right? So again, subject, verb, and the object. Right? Basically, we're doing some action to some object, right? We eat pizza, we watch TV, we love art, we listen to music. Basically, that's our formula for accusative case. The question number 3, Я из Англии was the right answer. Я из Англии. I'm from England. And we are now talking about genitive case here. Whenever you see this preposition is, which means from, you know that it's a genitive case. Is makes Anglia, Anglii. We just changed the ending of Anglia. If it was maybe Россия, right? I'm from Russia. Let's say Я из России. Again, you see, same things happen. That's what cases do. They change endings of words for God knows what reason. But it is what it is, guys. What can I say? It is what it is. But if our country was not a feminine, since Anglia и Россия are feminine nouns, what if it was Iraq? Я из Ирака. Now, Iraq is masculine noun. You know that because you watched this video. If you haven't, you might want to watch it because now, if you watch it, all the dots will finally connect and you will see what I'm talking about. So, in this case, we will add a to the word Iraq. That's genitive case. Question number 4. Я еще в офисе, дома буду поздно. I'm still at the office, in the office. At the office or in the office? I can never get this right, guys. Can you please tell me in the comments so I can finally remember? At or in? So I'm still in the office, will be home late. Prepositional case is probably the easiest case out of all. And you can see prepositional when we talk about location. You know, in office, at home, on the table, I don't know, on the wall, in the cup. You know, it is all prepositional case. Я еще в офисе. В офисе. В офисе. Normally that would be office, a noun for office. В офисе. In office. So, because of preposition в, in, we added this е to the word office. Я еще в офисе. Дома буду поздно. At home will be late, literally. If it was, for example, at work, we would say, what is work, first of all? It's работа, да? На работе. For feminine nouns, that's what we do. We just replace the last vowel. It can be a or я normally, да? And we add, again, е. На работе. В and на, they both mean in or at. It's just sometimes we say на, sometimes we say в. There is a rule for it, but it's too complicated. So if I was you, if I were you, I would just basically try to remember this, because, you know, на улице, on the street or outside, на работе. For example, here we will use на. But also, we need to remember that в and на also mean in and on. If we're talking about in the cup, да? Like, for example, I've got here the tea in the cup. I will say чай в чашке. I will say в чашке. But if now the cup is on the table, чашка на столе. Because on top of the surface, okay? So that's the whole difference, basically. But sometimes it's not related to in or inside or on the surface. Sometimes it's just comes out random. На работе doesn't mean on top of the work. It means at work. But you know what I mean, right? I hope you do. Okay, next question. Я каждый день хожу на работу. I go to work every day. Or literally, I every day go to work. And you had, if I remember correctly, a choice between идти or иду and ходить or хожу, right? So this topic, verbs of motion, it's like, it's a topic for another day itself, because it's way too complicated. But you can never confuse whether you need to use идти or ходить, if you will pay a little bit of attention. If you see in the sentence, or if you want to form the sentence and you wonder how to do that correctly, if you are going to use каждый день, часто, редко, иногда, постоянно, никогда, or всегда, this will be the verb ходить. Why? Because you see that there is certain frequency, right? It's either every month, every day, sometimes rarely, never, even never, or always, right? That's going to be ходить. We see каждый день in our sentence, so we say хожу. Иду, on the other hand, is mostly used for either right now, я иду на работу, will mean I'm going to work now, or if it's like a plan for later, maybe tonight you go somewhere, or tomorrow morning, or maybe next Friday. The most important thing to keep in mind is that that will happen one specific time in future, right? Завтра я иду в ресторан. Tomorrow I'm going to restaurant, да? В пятницу мы идем в кино. On Friday we go to cinema. I hope that made sense. Also, apart from this verbs of motion grammar, we have to work. You saw на работе, at work, previously, but now we say на работу. Why is that? Because we are in the territory of accusative case in this part of sentence, and although you know that на means at work, since I told you so, на работу will mean to work. На doesn't change, okay, but now it means to, towards. But you know it's towards work, to work, because работу, работа changed to работу. In accusative case, feminine nouns change like this. Basically, you remove the last vowel and you add u or you sometimes. Depends what the last vowel was. If it was я, it would be you. Like maybe to kitchen, да? Move this to kitchen. На кухню, на кухню. To work, на работу. But if maybe you're going to office, office, masculine noun, right? For example, it's gonna be я иду в офис. Office didn't change. Why? Because it's masculine noun. Accusative is also pretty simple when it comes to all these endings. There's not many endings to remember. Just you need to understand the concept of accusative case. The first use, if you remember, it was subject, verb, object, right? Second concept that accusative case covers is direction. I go to work, you go to airport, we go to park, like this. But the grammar stays. Next question. Мы купили в магазине рыбу. Мы купили в магазине рыбу. The question was about the word рыба. Why it is рыбу? Again, like the previous one, or like number 2, right? We buy fish. Okay, it's enough because there is a subject, verb, and object. Same grammar. Question number 7. Ты живешь в Москве? Ты живешь в Москве? So, в Москве. Again, which case is that? It's prepositional. It's location. Because in Moscow. Москва became в Москве. Because in Moscow. Я люблю кофе. Accusative case. But coffee doesn't change in general. Like this word is, in Russian it doesn't change. So, cases will never affect it. But just so you know, it's still accusative, right? Question number 9. У меня нет этой книги. My least favorite case, genitive, because it's so confusing for explanation, for explaining, I mean. First of all, we have у меня, okay? It literally means at me or by me, but in English you just say I have, right? In Russian, possession is often expressed using the preposition u, like at my side, by my side. So, next one is нет. The word basically means no or not. So, I have not, right? But really, I don't have, right? It's how people speak. Nobody says I have not in this situation. So, So basically this shows us absence of something, right? And этой книги, this book, but этой is also in genitive case. Why is everything in genitive case here? Because everything started with у affected я, and it became меня. Then we have нет. Нет is also genitive case. Нет affected этой and книги. It's like prepositions affect everything that comes after them, right? So that's why we can say that this sentence is fully in genitive case. So basically, if we translate it literally, it's at me there is no this book, but I don't have this book, really. Now let's take a masculine noun as an example. Учебник. Учебник, textbook. How would you say I don't have this textbook? У меня нет, it doesn't change. У меня нет этого учебника. Since gender changed, now we have to change этого. Normally, in nominative case, those, what they call them, demonstrative pronouns or whatever, is like this, that, okay? So this in Russian for masculine is этот, basically this one, этот. Feminine, это, and neuter, это. Этот дом, this house. Эта машина, that car. Это вино, this wine. Okay? That's nominative. But if it's genitive, у меня нет этого дома. I don't have this house. У меня нет этой машины. I don't have that car. У меня нет этого вина. As you noticed, masculine and neuter work the same way. That's what you're gonna notice in the future. Masculine and neuter usually team up against feminine. So, less to remember, basically. Good news for you. Now that I was saying that I don't have this house, I don't have this car, you just, realize that makes me want to work harder, Damn. Sorry. Next question, number 10. Я пью чай с сахаром. Я пью чай. You already know, right? It's accusative. I drink tea. Definitely accusative. But then we have with sugar, and that's going to be another case. Instrumental case, right? We haven't had instrumental today yet. So whenever you see with, preposition with, с, you know it's instrumental. Сахар becomes сахаром. That's how preposition affected the word сахар, instrumental case. If it was feminine, я пью воду, first of all, accusative, feminine, with strawberry, с клубникой. Normally, клубника becomes клубникой. That's what S, preposition S, doing to nouns. And if it was plural, example, я люблю спагетти, obviously. Я люблю спагетти with mushrooms. Mushroom is our plural example. С грибами. С грибами. Normally грибы, plural, грибами. So that's instrumental. With. Preposition with. There is another uses for instrumental, but not now. One thing at the time, okay? Без тебя скучно. Пойдем с нами. It is boring without you. Come with us. Let's go with us. Без тебя. Без тебя. Без belongs to genitive case family. Without. Basically, ты it was ты. Because of без, it becomes тебя. Без тебя скучно, boring. Пойдем с нами. Мы became нами because of с. So, с нами, with us. У тебя так много книг? What exactly this sentence means? By you, so many books? It's like, wow, you really have so many books? But in a context, right? You don't really say really in this sentence. So, так, it means so, certain way, but also так is to emphasize, to так красиво, so beautiful, так много, so much, да? Or even about food, так вкусно, it's so delicious, I'm doing this because I'm already Turkish after 3 years in Turkey. So у тебя, you already know, it's genitive. You have. Так много книг. So the word много also belongs to genitive case, and много affects книги, books, and makes it книг. I know, usually we add some ending, here we remove it for feminine nouns. Maybe we were to say, he has so many cars. У него так много машин. Да, машина, машины, again, feminine, but we removed the last letter. Я еду в Москву 25 декабря. So the first part of the sentence, it's accusative because I am going to Moscow, right? So we change Москва to Москву. 25 декабря, on the 25th of December, it's in genitive case. The genitive case is commonly used in Russian when expressing dates with numbers. In this case, 25 is the genitive form of the ordinal number 25 when used to indicate a date. The question would be, what day do you go? Какого числа ты едешь? Какого? 25. You always can find that question and answer will match their endings. So, какого числа? 25. And maybe you can remember like this, that it's genitive, that not to remember too many endings, right? You just remember one question, how to ask what day do you go? And based on that, that's how you will change the numbers. For example, 8 марта, on 8th of March, right? It's 8 марта, 8th of March, and on 8th of March. 8 марта женщины в России получают цветы. On 8th of March, women in Russia receive flowers. Because it's International Women's Day. So, какого числа? What day? 8 марта. Mart also became Marta because of the genitive, right? 8 or 25 in this case, it's our adjective. That's how adjectives in genitive case change. Let's go back to our houses and cars that don't exist. У меня нет большого дома. Какого дома нет? What house I don't have? I don't possess. Большого дома. Какой машины у него нет? У него нет красивой машины. Okay, I know, it might be a bit overwhelming. So, let's stop here And let's go to the next question. Мы не пошли гулять из-за сильного дождя. We didn't go out for a walk because of a heavy rain. Сильный, it's actually strong. In this case, heavy, right? So you were supposed to choose between some options, and the correct option is из-за. Из-за is because of, for that reason. Из-за requires the noun following it to be in the genitive case. Из-за сильного дождя. Сильный дождь becomes сильного дождя. Из-за какого дождя? Из-за сильного дождя. Да? Indicating the reason or cause for not going for a walk. So, again, this is genitive case, so you can already just remember the question and based on that, change the ending, right? О чем они говорят? О нас. О чем они говорят? О нас. Now, this one is straight up a question. О чем? What about? What are they talking about? О нас. Maybe you will be surprised, but this is a prepositional case. Prepositional case, as we remember, indicates location, на работе, в доме, на столе, в чашке, whatever. And also it indicates about what? Why? I will tell you why. When you ask, the T is in what? The T is in what? Inside of what? I know I'm speaking broken English, but just so it gets to you, the system of Russian, how Russian works. The T is in what? В чем чай? В чем чай? В чашке. You see? В чем is in what? In this case, right? На чем компьютер? The computer is on what? On top of what, right? Компьютер на столе. This example is not on or in, this is about. And about also belongs to this prepositional case. For example, what this movie is about? О чем этот фильм? О любви. About love. Right? О чем они говорят? What are they talking about? О нас. What else? They have nothing to talk about. Just us. Just gossiping. So, you just can remember. Whenever there is a about, of, it's prepositional case. So, что becomes чем because of о. And нас. It's also мы normally, but о нас. We cannot say о мы. We have to say о нас, right? Я изучаю русский язык. Я также изучаю немецкий. So in this case, you just need to know the difference between ТОЖЕ and ТАКЖЕ. This is probably one of the most common mistakes that people make when learning Russian. And I know it's a bit difficult to understand. For example, я люблю пиццу. Мой друг тоже. I like pizza. My friend does too. Он умный. Его сестра тоже. He's smart. His sister is too. Мы пошли в кино, и они тоже. We went to cinema, and they did so. They did too, literally. So, as you can see, when it comes to ТОЖЕ, normally there will be not just one person, right? I'm smart, you're smart too. Я умная, ты тоже умный. Я красивая, он тоже красивый. I'm beautiful, he's handsome too. Right? It's like there has to be two people. Okay, if it's not people, right? Этот компьютер хороший. Этот компьютер тоже хороший. This computer is good. This computer is also good. Or is good too. Okay? When it comes to ТАКЖЕ, normally there wouldn't be many people or many objects. That would be just one, right? So, я занимаюсь спортом. I do sports. I work out. Также люблю читать книги. Also like reading books. So it's all about me now. It's just about that amount of activities, number of activities change. Он работает в офисе, также он иногда работает из дома. He's working at the office, and also sometimes he works from home. Same person, but just at work and at home, right? I hope this made sense. Я был в России 5 лет назад. Назад means literally backwards. Or I can say назад. Step back. Go back. Назад пути нет. There is no way back. Назад пути нет. Я был в России 5 лет назад. Now in this case it means I was in Russia 5 years ago, or I've been to Russia 5 years ago. When you want to say something like I need it back, could you give it back? We wouldn't maybe say назад, we would say обратно. Обратно has the same meaning, but we would use it in different contexts, in different situations. Верни обратно. Give it back. And also, as you can see, that in Russian we literally say I was in Russia. It means I have been to. It also means I was, right? But we don't have, had, has, been, we don't have all this stuff. We just have был, was, была, if it's she was. Были, we, they, они были, мы были, вы были, plural. Твое платье очень красивое. Твое платье очень красивое. I remember people writing strange comments about this one. I was like, there's no two ways about it. It's красивое. That's it. Why would you doubt that? But maybe I need to explain again why. So, we have adjectives in Russian, right? And those adjectives tend to change. Again, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you should go to this video and again take a look. It will make more sense. But I will say again. Красивый, beautiful, right? Красивый дом, beautiful house. Красивая машина, beautiful car. Красивое зеркало, beautiful mirror. Index of adjectives will change accordingly, depending on noun, gender of a noun. If дом is masculine, you will have to say красивый дом. If car is feminine, машина, you will have to say красивая машина. If зеркало is neutral, you will have to say красивое зеркало. That is why your dress is very beautiful. Твое платье очень красивое. Because платье is neutral noun. Небо синее, розы красные, облака белые. This was the same question, the same grammar. So, небо. Небо, neutral. Небо синее. The sky is blue. Розы красные. This is plural. Розы красные. Облака белые. The clouds are white. So, this is also plural. When it's plural, красивые, большие, белые, дорогие, дешевые, right? Красивые дома, красивые машины, красивые зеркала. And the last question. Этот дом дороже, чем тот. we are in the land of comparative adverbs, right? This house is more expensive than that one. So, дорогой, expensive, more expensive in Russian is дороже, дороже. We also can say более дорогой, but nobody really says that. You have an option, but nobody really says that. That doesn't sound very well to say этот дом более дорогой. I mean, actually, why not? But usually we would say дороже, okay? Дороже. You want to say faster. Быстрее. Быстро, fast. Быстрее, faster. You want to say more beautiful. Красиво, красивый, beautiful. Красивее, more beautiful. We have irregular ones, just like in English. Good, better, bad, worse, or something like that. So, good is хорошо, better, лучше. Right? Completely different word. Nothing has to do with хорошо. So, хорошо, лучше, плохо, bad, хуже, worse. These are irregular ones. Этот дом лучше, чем тот. This house is better than that one. So, some of them, those that are in regular form, they are created by adding the suffix ее or ей, like холоднее, труднее, теплее, быстрее, right? Because it comes from быстро, быстрее, холодно, холоднее, трудно, труднее, тепло, теплее. Those are pretty easy to remember, right? But there are other ones, other types. Большой, больше, маленький, меньше, дорогой, дороже, дешевый, дешевле, молодой, моложе, старший, старше, младший, младше, рано, раньше, поздно, позже, редко, реже. And plus we have irregular ones. Хорошо, лучше, плохо, хуже. But how to remember it? Just to remember it. There is no other way. Well, this was pretty intense. I think it's a lot of information. But if you still have blanks that need to be filled, you can always ask me questions in our Telegram channel. And if you want to download a PDF that I made for this video, where I wrote everything very detailed with many examples, a full explanation to the whole thing, you can find it in the description to this video. Let me know, what do you think? Is this your level, or you see this for the first time, or it's too easy for you? I really need to know what level you guys have, so maybe according to that I can make stuff, maybe for more advanced learners I can make something more advanced. If there's more beginners, then I can make something for beginners, like today, where we analyze grammar and such. So just let me know. And well, I'm happy to be back. It's been more than a week since I've made any videos. Thank you very much for watching this video. And if you have any questions, as always, you can leave them in comments. I will be happy to answer you. Subscribe if you want to see more. Like this video if you like it. Dislike it if you dislike it. Just do something, basically. I want to know your opinion, guys. So, thank you. And I'm gonna see you in the next video. Yeah, that's it. Happy learning. Keep getting better in Russian. Пока-пока.